His father wanted him to be a lawyer and was appalled when he became a priest. But this simple German friar would transform the way we look at faith, and by extension, society itself. Martin Luther.
The leader of the Protestant Reformation. I mean, he changed the world. I just assumed that he would, if not be number one, certainly in the top 5.
Martin Luther's story begins with a crisis of faith. He was sickened by the corruption and greed of his fellow priests, and he was overwhelmed by guilt for his own sinfulness. He prayed and fasted for days on end. Finally, he had a revelation. Only by faith can man reach salvation, he decided. Not through donations to the church, not through a priest at all, just through devotion to God and His mercy.
The church was saying, you need the priest, you need ceremonies, you need to use the church in order to attain salvation. Luther said, no. We cannot accept religious belief from others. Unless you have faith, unless you feel the faith within you, you cannot be saved.
With Luther, it's a gigantic shift of authority from other people to the individual. You're not given the keys to salvation, you find them for yourself.
Luther even began to translate the Bible from Latin into German so that all could read it.
Changing religious practice from an obscure ancient dead language, Latin, to the vernacular, to your own living language, English, German, French, Dutch. It's a kind of repossession. I mean, it really lets you own your belief.
The conflict between Martin Luther and the church came to a head in 1517 when Luther decided to take a stand. He attacked the Catholic hierarchy in a diatribe called the 95 Theses. Legend has him hammering the document to the front door of the local church. Luther was dragged before an assembly in the German city of Worms. When he refused to recant, he was declared a heretic and excommunicated. Soon after, Luther gathered his supporters together and established the first Protestant congregation, breaking off in protest against the Catholic Church.
The central idea that there is no longer a homogeneous Western Christianity, that is an immensely important idea, a liberating idea. It's an idea that leads people to believe they can fashion their religion in their own way. And the proliferation of sects and individual oddballs and strange ideas in the years following Luther's revolution is quite extraordinary.
Extraordinary, yes, but explosive as well. Although the Reformation broadened people's individual and intellectual freedoms, it also led directly to the 30 Years' War, one of the bloodiest in Europe's history. But despite the carnage that ensued from the Protestant Reformation, Martin Luther holds his position on our Millennium Countdown because he eloquently defined man's ability to relate directly to God.
I think Luther's statement at the Diet of Worms, "Here I stand, God rest my soul, I can do no other," is in many ways the core statement of conscience that underlies all modern democracy.